At just the age of 16, Alice Emasu Seriange, a senior FOVACist at the time, thought of an idea of setting up a facility to help women and girls with obstetric-related conditions after losing 4 of her former classmates to the same. What we see is a dream come true, and this facility is restoring the dignity of over 400 women and girls every year. The neat buildings and well-tended lawns sit snugly on 7 acres of land. Indeed, Terrewode Women's Community Hospital in Soroti district is a safe haven for women and girls suffering the effects of birth complications. Commissioned in 2019, the hospital is the first and only specialized health facility for repairing obstetric fistula. The calm atmosphere, though, does not prepare you for the harsh reality of the condition that is not only a physical injury, but one that leaves its victims traumatized. Obstetric fistula is an abnormal opening between a woman's genital tract and her urinary tract or rectum. The condition, which is caused by prolonged obstructed labor, often leaves women leaking urine, feces, or both. Alice Emasu Seriange is the executive director of the hospital. The experience of losing 4 of her friends to the condition drove her to action.
There was a lot of silence about obstetric fistula, about the patients, its victims. At that time also the maternal mortality rate in Uganda had stagnated at 505 per 100,000 live births. I became again more interested and said, now that I have the victims, the women who have survived the maternal mortality, I think it was more than just highlighting their plight and talking about it. I needed to mobilize them.
However, even with her efforts, Seriange felt there was still a missing link. There was need of a dedicated hospital to cater to mothers who had suffered birth complications.
It was demand-driven. Initially, we were just mobilizing these patients and collaborating with the different hospitals with the support of Ministry of Health to treat them in treatment camps.
Terrewode Women's Community Hospital was then commissioned in 2019, serving Uganda and East Africa at large. The facility, which has a 60-bed capacity, has so far treated and operated on over 2,000 women and girls.
Treatment here is provided daily. Surgeries are done from Tuesday to Friday, 4 days a week. Yeah, and there are 3 specialist doctors here with, significant levels of competencies in managing all cases of obstetric fistula and childbirth injuries.
The victims of obstetric fistula are treated at the hospital for a minimum of 17 days and provided with free holistic care. The hospital boasts of helping to reduce the backlog of the condition.
We treat also their mental health. We also screen for gender-based violence. It impacts on their recovery from the fistula surgery.
Dr. Charles Okavi, Soroti's district health officer, says the Teso sub-region registers 500 cases of fistula every year. He adds that cases can be drastically reduced if prevention of the condition is prioritized.
Many partners are doing this. Interventions against early or child marriages are there. And then we have strengthening maternal health services, antenatal care, labor and delivery care, including, of course, being able to do cesarean births.
While corrective surgery is also available at the regional referral hospitals in Uganda, there is need to train more fistula surgeons.
So we only need the technical persons. The equipment are really not so high-tech, and they will have the service in the regional referral hospitals.
The United Nations has set a goal to end fistula by 2030, which Seriange says can be achieved if emphasis is put on prevention.
We receive women here now who have lived with fistula on average 1 year, majority of them. 20 years ago, majority of the average stay with the fistula for women was 10 years. That's a good progress. It's worth celebrating, you know. But the thing is, we relaxed on prevention. We don't have proper strategies for sustaining community awareness and empowering our population to prioritize maternal health.
The Ministry of Health estimates that at least 200,000 women are living with fistula, with 1,900 new cases every year. Mildred Pedun, NTV.